I've been reading a lot of reports here lately, different ones, some other ones than I usually read. But some reports I'm reading, I'm starting to get the sense, or I'm starting to ask myself the question, are the Lakers secretly trying to troll the Clippers? And I ask that because, some of the reports I've been looking at and noticing that, the Lakers are passing out state championship 2023 shirts. I mean, when have the Lakers ever passed out state championship shirts? I mean, I don't know if really they're trying to be, sarcastic, or they're really actually looking at it as we're one of the finalists, state teams, LA teams left, because all four of us had an opportunity to be in it and we're one of the finalists. So, I mean, regardless of how it comes off or how it looks, it to me, it still looks very suspect. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, that's exactly what they meant. But I mean, for them to even make shirts or anything in regards to that is stupid, for one. It makes the Lakers look very piss poor to me, because the last couple years, the Lakers have been not in the playoffs, barely in the play-in tournament, things like that within the last couple years. So, I mean, lately they've been a team that's no good, up until the point they did get rid of their problem, which was Russell Westbrook, in which a lot of people will conform to that, because ever since they got rid of him and added those other pieces that are just pieces, just guys, those just guys have made, their life a lot easier. And, currently they're still in the playoffs. We give them credit there for that. But to me, I look at it as no need to troll anybody or anything like that, because I don't believe the Clippers would do anything like that, specifically, especially if you're knocked out the playoffs due to injury or something like that. And we all know the reason why the Clippers are not in the playoffs, because the two stars are injured and they weren't able to play. Kawhi played as much as he could, which I give him a lot of credit for that. For him to go out there with a torn meniscus and still drop 30 plus points, that's impressive. And he did everything he could. And Paul George did everything he could to stay healthy. He just hyperextended his knee, right before the end of the season. There's nothing he can do about that, and, a lot of people are going to sit there and, say bad things about the Clippers and things like that. And, rightfully so, because they have their opinion. But they're wrong in the fact of, you're talking about a team who got injured. Injuries happen. I mean, all the star players in the playoffs this year, you listen to my previous video, the reason why these playoffs are so difficult to a degree, because you're not seeing all the star power that was in it. You're seeing a lot of injuries happen. And for some reason, guys are just not staying healthy. And it's not just Kawhi and PG. It's more than them, but it just looks like that because the media wants to paint the Clippers to be this bad, villainous team. And they're not talking bad about any other team. Giannis goes out in the first round against a Jimmy Butler team who looks like they're actually surprising a lot of people right now with the way they're winning. But, I mean, really, I don't know how Giannis lost to a Jimmy Butler team who was in the play-in tournament and lost the first game and had to win the second one just to get to the round to play Giannis's team. Okay, Giannis missed some games, but the Bucks still should be a better team than the Miami Heat. But regardless of that, still nobody's talking about, Giannis's injury and all that type of stuff and down on the man saying he should retire and all these things. I mean, it's no need to go that far about any player. And Kawhi Leonard takes a lot of slander. And I mean, when you're a superstar, these things are going to happen, especially when you don't succeed. But I mean, these people who are talking all this stuff never laced up their shoes and don't understand. Half of them never laced up their shoes and don't understand. And the ones that did lace up their sneakers and understood what injuries are and injuries mean, it's not their life. It's not their game. You know what I'm saying? They were former players, the ones who are probably chiming in on things like that. And you don't play in basketball anymore. So how the league was back then when you played rather than the way it is now is way different. But regardless of all that, like I said, you could look at it from either way. It's trolling that the Lakers are doing, or you could look at it as in they're not trolling, because it could be looked at as a multitude of ways. But I just think any shot they get to take at the Clippers, I think they will. And as I said before, my stance is, still the same. I don't know what the Clippers are going to do. as far as bringing everybody back. But the Clippers are going to need to bring back that depth that they have along with their star players, because if they don't, it'll just be a waste of going into a new stadium next season and don't have the star power there and don't have, the type of players you need on the floor to keep people coming to the games and, filling up that arena. So they're just going to have to try to either run it back and, or maybe see what Kawhi Leonard does or wants to do, or however that plays out. But it's a tough offseason for the Clippers. It is. But, trolling from any other team is not things that I like. And like I said, we can't prove the fact that the Lakers are literally trolling the Clippers. But, in all essence, it does look like it. You know what I'm saying? It does look bad in their case, but regardless, it's just one of those things. But really, the Clippers just got to get their mind and their body right, because as this team is constructed, they definitely should be where the Lakers are and should be going further if they're healthy. And if they were healthy, they would go further, I believe. But the only problem is we keep talking about if they were, and everybody says if all the time, if with the Clippers. We have to stop saying that. We have to say they are. You see what I'm saying? And hopefully one day or next season, Clippers Nation and everybody could say that the Clippers are going to the finals. The Clippers are doing this, and the Clippers are doing it right now. The Clippers are winning. You know what I'm saying? We gotta hope that we're able to say that going forward, which means Kawhi and PG has to stay healthy for everybody to believe that. And I don't know right now, based upon what I'm seeing, how that's not going to be an easy task, especially based upon what we've seen, from this team, or the way this team's currently constructed now with the injuries that they've had. And it just doesn't resonate well at all, with the fans. And I definitely understand that. And, it doesn't resonate well with me either, because I want to see Kawhi win. I want to see, PG and them, possibly get their first championship. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that thing, because that's something, that would open the NBA up a lot more. Russell Westbrook and Paul George getting their first championship is like, what a championship does for Russell Westbrook's career? It does a whole lot. And Paul George's career does a whole lot. Kawhi just adds to his already impressive resume, but it definitely puts him up, closer amongst the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely would help everybody. But me, as I said before, I just don't know how you win a championship with Russell Westbrook. I stand on what I say, and I know a lot of people may be against me for saying that, but I really just don't know how you do it. I mean, I know a lot of you on here leaving comments, which I so appreciate all the time. I know some of you on here, comment and say that, I bash Russell Westbrook and things like that. It's not that I'm really bashing Russell Westbrook. I'm just really telling the truth. I mean, all the years you've seen Russell Westbrook play with all the superstars that he's played with, we're not talking about regular star players. He's played with superstar talent. You can't play with 5-6 superstars and don't never win a championship. It's just no way possible, especially there were times where there wasn't no big three available, and he still, and really Russ was a part of some of the big threes that were formed. I mean, when he was on OKC, it was him, KD, and coming off the bench as a sixth man was James Harden. You see what I'm saying? So it's like he's been in big threes too, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he hasn't had that type of talent, but every single person or star player he's played with, it's resulted in no results, which is no championship. And that's got to be either coincidence or it's got to be truth there. I mean, I don't know what Russ can do to bring the Clippers a championship, because, like I said, he plays good at times, but they're trusting him with the ball to make decisions for the team. And when Russ has to make decisions, a lot of times his decision making is not as sharp as it should be. And that's the problem that the Lakers had. They didn't have somebody making sharp decisions unless LeBron did it, and LeBron is too old to, carry the load every single night. That's the reason why they wanted Russell Westbrook at the time, because they thought he might be able to do it with LeBron's help, but he wasn't able to. And there again, that's two other superstars he played with, LeBron and AD. And it just didn't work out. And this year with the Clippers, the little bit of time he's been with the Clippers, it didn't work out. Kawhi got hurt, PG wasn't there. And like I said, trying to build continuity with Russ is just hard. But I mean, it's just one of those things. And that's why I say I don't know how the Clippers would win a championship with Russ. But if anybody can, I would say, maybe the Claw can. I don't know. But I think it's even tough for him to do it, because it's just, I don't know, psychologically, like I said, it's hard playing with Russell Westbrook. Westbrook, harder than what some fans apparently think, because he's played with so many superstars and there's no results. Whereas somebody like Damian Lillard hasn't played with one superstar yet in his career. And, I believe if he goes to, hypothetically, the Clippers, if he comes to the Clippers with somebody like Kawhi, if Kawhi can somewhat stay, healthy, I believe they will win a championship. Because Damian Lillard is just that lethal, and, that would just be, like, ideal, what I'm saying, to a degree. But what I'm saying is, like, Russ has played with a lot of talent, and no championship has came out of it. And it's like, wow, I mean, how many opportunities are you supposed to get in life, what I'm saying, or to be a champion? I mean, there's a lot of opportunities with all that star power that he's had. So, like I said, that's just my stance on it, and that's what I see. But hopefully, regardless of whether Russ is there or not, it starts with Kawhi and PG, and they have to be accountable because they haven't been there to help the team win a championship so far. And if they run it back this year, really it's put up or shut up, if you ask me. So hopefully, they can stay healthy, and hopefully, they run it back and see what happens, because really that's about the best bet they have at this point. If there's any other options, I mean, I can't see them happening no time soon, based upon them giving up and mortgaging the future for Kawhi and along with PG.